The only true source of knowledge is experience, a maxim very familiar to senior linebacker Micah Kiser. The academic All-American and All-ACC performer eschewed the bright lights of the NFL for more experience, more knowledge, and a lasting legacy at the University of Virginia. Equipped with the lessons learned on grounds and on the field, Kiser is optimistic entering his final year in Charlottesville.
I chose to come back for a couple of reasons. One, just to get better and improve my draft stock for next year, hopefully, and coming back and get more experience in this system would help me and only help my case for that. And then secondly, just to leave a better legacy here at UVA. I really believe in what Coach Mendenhall and his staff are doing, and I just definitely want to see it through and help lay the foundation for that program. Last year was kind of weird because it was kind of like a segmented season. In the beginning, it was a lot of working on running to the ball, and we didn't really get into X's and O's until later on, and so the progression was kind of slow, and I think you kind of saw that in the results. This year in the spring, we're a year in the system, we're pretty comfortable with each other, and we've definitely hit the ground running, and we're definitely farther along now than we were last year.
Individual and team development is paramount for the senior from Baltimore, but he would be hard-pressed to replicate the success of a season ago. Kiser led the ACC in tackles, but it was his performance in the classroom that made the Foreign Affairs major truly stand out. He became Virginia's first academic All-American in nearly 2 decades, utilizing aid from coaches and academic support staffs to take full advantage of his UVA experience.
So for me, I can see the big picture pretty well. I see the big picture, and then I see where I fit into that, or where certain details in class fit into that. And so for football, I take a cerebral approach. I always say that I can really tell what's going on out there, and then see where the pieces need to fit, the puzzle pieces need to fit. And that's how I kind of am in class. I'm not a guy that's really going to harp on little small things, but at the same time, I can get to the right answer. When I came in, I really had no idea what I wanted to do. So, it was more just guiding me into what classes and trying to figure out what I wanted to major in. My academic coordinator put me in a lot of different classes. He got me in front of a lot of different professors. The more classes you take, the more you get to see what you're interested in. So that's advice that I give to a lot of young guys. Just take as many classes as you can, and you'll figure out what you're interested in. And so the Foreign Affairs track was great for me. It combined it. I really love history, and I like learning about developing countries and how, different countries develop and react compared to the United States does. So I tell recruits this all the time, if you want the help, it's always there for you. You just have to go take it and grasp it.
Motivations come in many forms, but for Micah, the family he represents spurs his desire to succeed.
There are very clear expectations in their family of what excellence looks like, and they have high standards, and I think Micah's family means a lot to him, and qualifying for his last name means something to him, and that means excellence in everything they do. He's an excellent student, not an average student and not an okay student. He's an excellent student, as well as an excellent football player and a really, really good human being. And so it's fun to have good players who then thrive in other areas, and just really wherever he is, a pretty high level of conduct and performance is happening. And I think a lot of that is just because of who he is and how he was raised.
My dad, when he dropped me off at school, all he told me was, "You're a Kiser," and that's all I needed to know. And we put a lot into our family name and a lot into what we're known for and the honor behind the family name. So, my parents, they always pushed us in whatever direction we wanted to go in. Me, sports, my brother, he's more theater, but they always invested the time and money into that. Taking me to lacrosse tournaments, putting me in football, and so I can only thank them and try to pay that back somehow. And the only way I know how to do that is performing well in the classroom, performing well in the field, and really making them proud.
Boy, this guy, he just can diagnose things with the best. What a play.